Welcome. In this video, I'm going to be giving you a tour of the FedEx large box. And there's actually two different versions. This is the other version, which is chunkier, more like a shoebox shape. And I'll give you the internal dimensions. So this is your standard box. This one you'll probably use most often. Here's weight limit of 30 pounds, and here's the internal dimensions. And this is L1. There's an L1 and there's an L2. So this is L2. And I've also got the medium boxes here. We'll do a little size comparison in a little bit. But just to give you the features, the end that has the FedEx big logo, that end doesn't have the tear strip. So the way you're supposed to open a FedEx box is you're supposed to tear the tab on either end. Pull to open. So you pull that. And it doesn't have that on the other end. The other large box also has that. And on the opposite side, you've got this special strip that makes sure that you tear along a very clean line. So we'll do a size comparison with the medium size box right here. They're not hugely different in size. Especially along this dimension. You do get some extra length here. So maybe 4 inches. So if you're putting like a 3-ring binder in there, it's really this depth of the box that you care about. And I actually have the small box here as well. So we can line that up. The small box actually does a good enough job most of the time. So that's small, medium, large there. Small and medium have a very similar height to them. Whereas the large box has significantly more. It's sort of head and shoulders above the medium and the small. So when you're sending a thicker book or a 3-ring binder, the internal dimensions are 3 inches thick. So you can get a 3-inch thick 3-ring binder in here. If it's thicker than that, you're going to need this, which is 6 inches deep. So let's look at this. This is the other large box. Sort of a shoebox-like shape. And when you compare this to the medium-sized box, they're very similar. It's just deeper. So from the front, they're basically identical, but the large box is a lot deeper than the medium one. So next thing I'm going to show you is how the label. I like to use these labels. These are label sleeves. These are free. You just print your label out, fold it in half, put it in here, and then just put this right like that. And I just center it like that. On the other large box, you can put it like that. Or you can do that. This is what I like. I think that looks best. So another really important thing is all this FedEx Express packaging used to be white, but it wasn't recyclable or wasn't as easily recyclable, so they switched around everything to this brown. And there's something about the material, the slipperiness of it, or it just doesn't catch as well on the adhesive, where these boxes are known to pop open in transit. Doesn't happen often, but it does happen, and you didn't really have to ever worry about that with the old packaging, but it's a big enough of an issue where the best practice now is to take a piece of packing tape and do a loop all the way around like this, all the way around until the tape comes back on itself. And you want to do that with either of these. So you'd put the tape all the way around here, bring it all the way around, and have it come back on itself. And what you can even do is have the label here and have the tape go over this purple piece so that the label sleeve can't come open either. So you're kind of guaranteeing nothing can pop open. So the last thing I'm going to do is give you the prices, and I'm also going to tell you about the free course I have where I basically teach you how to all this different stuff about FedEx as well as UPS and USPS. There's a PDF over 180 pages you're going to get free access to. It's FedEx's official PDF. They don't make it super easy to find, so there's a link in the course. But I'm going to give you the prices for the large boxes. And the prices basically vary along two dimensions for one rate. One rate means you pay the same price no matter how much it weighs. So you don't have to weigh your packages, and the price is actually also the same no matter where it's going in the US, as long as you're shipping 3-day or 2-day. So FedEx calls their 3-day Express Saver, and they call their 2-day, it's just 2-day, with no space between the 2 and the day. So for a large box, you just always go 2-day with one rate because it's the same as 3-day. And that's going to run you $24.50. So you can ship a large box, New York City to LA, New York City to Honolulu, and it's going to be $24.50, which is just a really great deal. When you go to 2-day AM and overnight, that's where the prices start to change based off distance. But they still don't change based on weight, as long as you're not going over the weight limit on the box. And it's a little bit confusing. They give you a weight limit of 50 pounds for any pack, box, or tube, but they also have weight limits on the box. If you go over the weight limit, generally they will just bill you more. So it's not a huge deal, but you do want to make sure you're shipping stuff within the weight limit. And it's actually pretty difficult to unless you're shipping super dense stuff, you would never even get close to the weight limit. So unless you're in that, you can't barely fit a dumbbell in there that's heavy enough to make it go overweight. So you really don't have to worry about it. And you just never think about it unless you're shipping very dense stuff. So I'm going to give you the prices starting with local, then regional, then national. Local is under 150, is 150 miles or less. Regional is 151 to 600 miles. National is over 600. There's special fine print for Alaska and Hawaii, but you probably don't have to worry about that. So I'm going to give you the prices first for local, and then the rule of thumb is the price is going to be 1.5x local when you go regional and 2x local if you go national. So if you're paying $100 for local shipping, it's going to be $150 for regional and $200 for national. The actual prices are usually a little bit less than that, but it's a good ballpark estimate. And again, those only apply when you're doing faster than 2-day. So again, you can ship a large FedEx box 2-day shipping from New York to Honolulu for $24.50. It's only when you want to ship it faster than that the prices shift based on the distance. So like New York City to Philadelphia or Washington, D.C., pretty sure those are both under 150 miles. Those would be local, whereas Honolulu would be national. So for local, 2-day is $24.50, 2-day AM is $38.80, standard overnight is $59.10, priority overnight is $65.85, first overnight is $119.85. Regional is $24.50 for 2-day, $48.60 for 2-day AM, $83.80 for standard overnight, $116.30 for first overnight, or for priority overnight, and then $170.30 for first overnight. And then when at the national level, you're still paying $24.50 for 2-day. 2-day AM is $97.10. Standard overnight is $125.55. Priority overnight is $160.85. First overnight is $214.85. So if you want my free course, there's a link down below. I have a bunch of other videos on FedEx stuff on my YouTube channel. There'll be a playlist in the description. Leave me a comment if you want, if you have a request for a video that I haven't already created. Definitely check out my free course. It's by far the best information online anywhere. I'm kind of amazed that I'm even creating this stuff, but there's just no high quality information all in one place. It's crazy how much inaccurate information is out there. Really big companies just putting out wrong information about these big shipping services. So check out the course because there's a bunch of stuff in there that isn't on YouTube, but I consider the best stuff on YouTube in terms of FedEx. So if you want to compare all this different stuff, check out those videos. If you're interested in my other business material outside of just shipping, which is a very small part of what I actually do, it's just a niche that I'm filling. I teach business and entrepreneur stuff on this channel. My main channel is on productivity and accelerated learning. So there'll be a link to that as well. And you can get on my newsletter if you want to know about all my courses, either the business or the non-business stuff, at timothykenny.com. That's the best place to go to just get news on all my stuff. And that's pretty much it. So like and subscribe if you want to get more content like this, and I'll see you in the next video.